That monitor, flat screen monitor I gave you, has got a menu on there. It's got the same thing. You've got a menu on that one that I gave you, and it has brightness, the same thing. Most all of these things have the same configuration.
I see. Okay. So let's go through it.
There's the brightness, and here's the bright star, like what you got on there. Now, as you say plus,
Okay. Brightness. Oh, I have the same thing.
I know.
Oh.
I know. That's what I've been trying to say.
Okay. Okay.
You see, this is like a camera. What you're doing is adjusting the brightness and the darkness and the contrast. The contrast is the dark. The dark is a contrast.
Okay.
If you want it blacker, you say plus. If you want it less black, you go negative.
Okay.
You got positive and negative. Now, we're in bright. This happens to be brightness. Now you see this one here, it's got like a moon half. Let me go over to it.
Contrast.
And that's the contrast now.
Okay, wait, hold on. Contrast. Okay. Okay, let me. Menu.
You want it darker or brighter?
Okay, this.
Oh, you got to go back to the negative here.
Okay. Oh. So. And okay. So. Okay, so what we see is. What? Okay, well. And then. Huh. Okay. So, okay. Brightness, all right. Oh. Okay, now, how would you adjust it?
To adjust the brightness, we got it on brightness. Here's plus.
No.
Whoops.
No. How do you adjust it?
Press that the second time. This turns this color.
Okay.
And then, see, it goes up. The number goes up.
Okay,
That's
hold on.
full brightness now.
Hold on. Well, look.
Oh, you can see it.
Doesn't make any difference.
What doesn't make any difference?
It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference.
In this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's this is only for the screen. It has nothing to do with this.
No, it'll okay. Uh, you see, this, the, okay, so, and then when, and, okay, so now what? That this, or
What?
now what?
Now what?
Yeah. We
Well-
got the 53 and but now what?
Well, that means you got it adjusted halfway. It's halfway between light and dark, which is
Okay.
where you usually start out.
Okay.
Then if you like it a little bit lighter, then you go
Now
one way or the other.
then
Now, that's the contrast.
contrast.
And to adjust that, then you hit it again to get it yellow for
Okay.
adjustment.
Okay. Contrast. So, um, so you got that this, and then and then what do you have to wait, or you have
No,
to
that's full contrast now.
no this you have to wait, or what?
Wait for what? No.
This is now it's
Yeah, now you've got full contrast, right?
you have to wait for.
No, you don't have to wait for nothing. You watch the contrast. See it getting dark? See it getting dark? The whole picture just faded out.
I really haven't noticed.
You didn't see it?
No.
Let me go dark now. I mean, that's less contrast. This is lighter.
Yeah.
It's just a shade. It's not heavy. It's just like background lighting. That's what the contrast is. But this gets blacker in here with heavy contrast. Now, when you get the camera and get the program will have something similar to that, and that's what you would work your camera to get it light and dark. These cameras don't have it. Your laptops, they're fixed.
Image locked. Image. Image. And what does that do? What does that do?
I don't know. I never use it. I never adjust it. I always use the automatic, and it sets it automatically, and I never go through there because I'm not in the photography business. A photographer would adjust that. Oh, he would get it, and I don't know what you would look for. Now your positioning, if your picture is up or down or off here, yeah, I would adjust it then. But you see, the picture's where it's supposed to be because I hit the automatic, and that set it up. But if I wanted to bring this up, I could bring it up. That's positioning, and then you can make it wider or less wide, or make it taller or less tall. That's what those other ones is. And I don't know what the clock is. I don't have a clock on there. So I never pay any attention to the rest of it.
And so you say that you say that most screens have this. Most screens have this.
Most of the flat screen monitors, yeah. Well, your tubes, your tube has a tube monitor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You never adjusted the old tubes. You can move the picture up and down and that. You make it wider, and you can make it lighter and darker. Sure. The old monster. The old time tube monitors had the menu in them.
and this many, this geometry. Geometry. Reset. So you see the old TVs, they go this.
I don't know whether the TVs have it or not. I mean, I don't know whether they have geometry. I don't know what that does. Well, the color reset, yeah, I can understand the color. If it's not red or that, the color reset would reset the color, but the geometry, I'm not quite sure what they're referring to. But I never have adjusted any of that.
What would you doing? What were you doing? What were you doing? What would you do in TV? School, TV, school.
What was I doing in TV school?
Yeah.
One thing was learning how to build a cathode ray tube, picture tube. Also about frequency, about transmission of television signal, and what kind of a signal we would have to have, because didn't have any, and it's whatever Dr. Lee DeForest thought of. That's what it was at that time.
But
Had nothing to do with this because we didn't know anything about this.
really?
I'm talking about 1939.
Yeah.
That's when I went to school.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, see, well, like he said, he came in, he said, I had a dream. I told you the story. And he said, if we could get two heavy-duty speakers and could cross the sound, he says, I'm sure we could disintegrate an airplane. So he said, why don't you guys build a model tonight, and then tomorrow, he said, we'll dig up a couple speakers here, and he says, we'll see what we can do. So we hung the airplane up, somebody built the airplane, got a couple speakers, and we cranked them up, and we started aiming. As soon as the sound crossed, the airplane busted up, disintegrated.
I didn't think you told me that.
Didn't I?
No.
Oh. I probably got a lot up here I haven't told you. It's sitting up there resting. But my real experience in television got when I got out of the service, and I went to this department store where they was just starting to sell televisions, and they said that they needed a service manager. So I went there, and they said, what experience you have? I said, I showed them the paper I had, the letter to go into the school before the war, before I was drafted. And I said, this is my experience. Oh, he says, you went to school with television. I said, well, yeah. Oh, well, you're hired. So, I mean, because very few people went to the school. I mean, there was only probably 100 of us. There was one class ahead of me, about 100, and then there was about 100 in my class. So that was only about 200 people that had any schooling.
Yeah.
Of any sort. I mean, because there wasn't anything more. Television wasn't there. But during the war, we had radar, and radar, in a sense, developed television. Because as soon as the war was over with, boom! All of a sudden, we have television.
Yeah. Color research. Okay. And so, and then one more. Let me see. Reset. Okay. Reset. Okay. Position. Position. Reset. Okay. And then okay, so this would be this. Okay. Reset. Display mode. And it says 2 Okay, what does that mean? Resave more. 60.0.
That's
What does that mean?
that's your resolution. That's your picture resolution. When you right click on there and you go down to screen resolution, there's your screen resolution. That's what that's talking about right there.
Yeah,
And the lower these numbers are, the bigger everything gets, and it gets off the screen, and you don't see half of it. So that's why the resolution. And if it gets too small, it's so small you can't read it. So it can get too big or too small.
yeah, we did this.
We did this way back when. Sometime we talked about that resolution.
Yeah, yeah, because you were playing with the screen, and the larger it went, it became not too good. It was, remember?
Yeah, that was because of the video card. Because the video card did not get this resolution.
Yeah,
It had a smaller one.
yeah,
See, and that's what I said. I needed a new video card that would get the better resolution. Because in older times they didn't need that much resolution, and as time goes on, they need more and more.
well, that was in, what does K mean? K.
Oh, that's hertz. That's 84 kilohertz. And
Kilo.
kilo
is
kilo is 1,000 hertz.
write it down.
Kilo is 1,000.
Right.
Kilo means 1,000, and H is hertz. Hertz. TZ. Hertz. Yeah, and then 60 hertz.
So, how did you say this?
That's 1,000 hertz.
1,000 hertz. 1,000 hertz. And what? And 1,000 hertz, but 1,000. No, not 1,000 hertz. Or, can you say? Can you go like say inches? Inches means it. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be. Inches would be inches. You want to say inch? Well, maybe no. If you
your AC voltage
AC,
is-
yeah, right.
60 hertz. That means it goes up and down 60 times a second.
Oh.
That's a hertz, 60 times a second. So that's 1,000 times a second.
Could you write
goes
that down?
Hertz is cycles per second. Uh, 1 hertz is how many? I don't know what 1 hertz is now. See, 60 hertz is 60 cycles. If you've got a kilohertz, that's 1,000 cycles. Oh, okay. I guess that just is saying that a hertz is the cycles per second. So when you say 60 hertz, that's rather than saying 60 cycles per second, they just say 60 hertz. It's just a shortened name for cycles per second.